Hey everyone, this is Dawn and welcome back to my channel. So I am coming on, I guess for episode number 2, I'm coming on to make another ATC. I'm going to make one each day for the month of April. I'm taking part in an open collab hosted by Handi Scandi, and I'll leave her channel linked in the description box below. But it is hashtag ATCs in April 2025, and I shared my first ATC yesterday. I'm just doing a simple process video each day. So tonight I'm going to do my second one, and I am using a piece of artist paper from the Somerset Studio magazine. You know, when you get these, they have like a few sheets of artists papers in here that you can tear out and utilize in your projects. So the one that I just fell in love with were these wonderful images, and the artist here is Kim Collister, C-O-L-L-I-S-T-E-R, but they're wonderful, whimsical images. They're kind of outdoors and beachy, fish, and I know these are small, and I'm also posting a picture of my completed ATC over on Instagram, but they are just so fun. Look at her with her glasses and the little lighthouse. So the image that I'm going to use tonight, and I was thinking I might do something else, but I really love these, so I wanted to use another one again. So again, this is the first one that I created last night, and she's just like floating in the air, this girl, and her hair is kind of flying behind her, and there are balloons and fish, and I just thought that was so fun and whimsical. So tonight we're going to use this young lady, and she's wearing a beautiful dark dress with a little white over collar here, an umbrella with a fish on it. Love the red floral in her hair, so I thought I might work on a theme of that. I've got a couple of images images that I trimmed out of some paper. I've got a fish, which I was actually trying to use with yesterday's ATC, but I couldn't work it out. I ended up using a different fish paper, and then a red flower here that might mimic what's going on in her hair. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to go yet. I do have a number of pieces of, I think paper is a big weakness of mine, and I've trimmed out several pieces of paper. Of course, an ATC is 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches, just a small little piece of artwork. Artist trading card is what it stands for. And I'm using this cardstock tonight. This is an old, gosh, I don't know what it is, Memento, and I love images like this that look kind of like mixed media, but it's already done for you. So I think I'm going to go with this green piece here. That's what we're going to do. Let me set these images aside, and we're going to go ahead and create our ATC. The fish that I cut here is from an older Paper Studio pad, and it's got these 4 sea creatures on it, and that's the fish that I cut out. I do live in Florida, and I love summer themes and fish themes, and come from a family of scuba divers. And then this floral that I cut out was from this Elizabeth Crafts Reminiscence book. I know these come in different I don't know which number this is. Like, I think each book is like a number of when they've come out, but I don't know what number this is. But anyways, it's full of reds and greens, and I just love these kind of papers. All right, let's set that aside. Let's go ahead and get started. I was originally going to leave this border on here, but it's taking up a lot of space, and I'm going to go ahead and trim that down. And could just use scissors, but I'm not always the best at trimming straight, so I like to go straight to my trimmer. So we're gonna trim down our image. Get this third piece, and then this side here is perforated from where it came out of the magazine, and I'm gonna leave that little bit of texture on there. So now I've got her, and then I want to layer her background. I was thinking of doing something like this if I use, you know what, I really do like the red floral. And then if I did the fish, I was thinking of doing this. I really like it both ways. Should almost do 2 of her. I wonder if I have another one. We could do one each way. Let me see. Where's my magazine? Do I have another one of her? Because you know what? Some of these had doubles. You know what? Yes. Look, this one, it's kind of a partial image because it was at the top. It was at the top of the page. Maybe we'll do one both ways. That's what we're going to do. All right. We're going to do a double. We're going to do a double ATC because why not? That away. And then also, too, I'm not sure how often Handi Scandi is coming out and showing her ATCs. She just did like an introduction, and she'd shared where I think she did like a master board. I've never done a master board. I would like to do that. And, you know, and then cut it up. And then she did a lot of coffee themed and some bunny themed ATCs. And they were fun. I thought about, I still might do one of those as well. Look at this with the red fish. This came out of that Elizabeth Craft Designs book. Maybe, you know what? I think I will kind of go with the same. Ooh, this one's kind of pretty. Maybe we're going to do the red flower on here and do the fish over here. Yes, 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 yes. That's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, let me set these pieces aside. I really liked the clouds as well. I'd found that in another pad. All right, so I have 2 images of her. I think for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and layer her on a piece of black cardstock. And let's grab our handy dandy trim one more time. And if you guys would like to participate, it is an open collab. And like I said, you can also do a swap at the end if you wanted to. Oh my goodness, I think I cut this a little bit too short. Too short. All right, got another piece of black cardstock here at hand. Good, I just happened to see it. Okay. And I know a lot of folks that commented on her channel had also never really made ATCs before. I think they're so fun. I was primarily a card maker for many years when I first started crafting, and then I remember branching out into different things, and I was excited, but it's also makes you a little nervous when you're doing something that you've not done before. Okay, we've got her trimmed out on the black. And then I think for her, I have this other pad here, Cape Cod. It had this wonderful stripe in it. So I am going to, almost looks like Christmas with the red and the green combo. I want the stripes to be horizontal. So let's trim. All right, a little bit. I really like this red stripe behind her. Super cute, and it kind of adds to the little beachy feel, nauticalness, I guess. All right, let's set that aside. And you know, as I'm doing these, picked up this red fish background again. I'm going to set that over here. Set that piece aside. All right, so we have got, I'm going to put this one here and this one here. I was going to ink up the edges, but you know what? These are kind of giving me a vintage feel. I think I'm going to go with the vintage photo for the inking. That's what I'm going to do. I think since adding the red here, that's what made me kind of lean into that. Okay, and I'm gonna ink up our red stripe as well. All right, let's go ahead and layer our image. go ahead and glue it up using some art glitter glue. All right, let's glue this down. Okay, all right. And then I really like this gold metallic showing through. Let's see. I was deciding if I wanted to put her at an angle, but I think I like her just up and down. I almost want something else here. All right, so what I decided to do was grab some book page, and I think that is going to break up our ATC just a little bit. Doesn't need much, but that's going to give us something a little different. Yeah, it gives us a little bit of different texture. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, and then I've got my speckle stamp, this really old Stampin' Up, and I'm also going to add some speckles to my background paper. I'm going to go ahead and add some inking to our book page, and I think give that a few speckles as well. All right, let's go ahead and glue this down, and then we'll trim it off. Maybe it's better to add a little bit here. All right, book page. Just needed something to break up that background. I love these gold metallic dots on here. Okay, knocking over things. Let's grab a pair of scissors. Trim and trim. Okay. And then, yeah, that definitely helps. And then, you know what? Our fish needs a little ink. I just think these images are so fun and whimsical. Okay, let us yes, 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 yes. Love, love, love. Okay, let's go ahead and get her down on the page, and then we'll go ahead and create our other one. Okay. I think she is centered up, and then we're going to add our fish. I almost want to give our fish a name, but I don't know what that is. I just think that's fun. All right. All right, fishy, fishy. And we're going to go ahead and trim him off, and maybe I'll keep the tail for another day. We'll see if that can be used. Okay. All right, ATC number 1. Super, super cute. And I'm gonna, like I said, post these images over on Instagram. Now let's do the one with the red flower. So this one here, let's add some ink. This paper's got a little color saturation. I don't know if this brown, yeah, it gives a little something. Should probably ink up with black on this one. But that'll do. I'm also going to use our speckle stamp. Just gives a little extra something. And I love all the color in this background. Ooh, that one's really pretty too. But I liked the darkness with this one. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue. Let's set my fish aside. Glue her. This one's smaller. It almost seems smaller. No, it's the same size. Sometimes ATCs, the backgrounds seem bigger to me, and sometimes seem smaller to me. I don't know. But no, it's right. 2.5 by 3.5 inches. Okay. I'm going to layer this one on our black border. All right, and then I think probably going to do the same treatment over here as well. Like the book page just gives it something else. Okay, let's add a little ink. Yeah, that'll be just fine. All right, let's glue this down. Yeah, that breaks that up nicely. You know, I don't have that down all the way. However, that's going to be good enough. That will be good enough. Let's get this edge down. Okay, let's trim. And trim. Okay, add a little bit more color over here. Okay, and I think we're going to add some dots down here as well. All right, now her, we're going to put her. Do we want to offset a little bit? No, we're going to leave her straight on too, and then just kind of have this flower on the corner. Okay. I'm liking how that looks. I love that we didn't have to choose tonight because I really liked it both ways. And I really want to learn more about this artist. These images are just wonderful. And I'm so glad I got two. Okay, I'm going to add a little ink to this one. I don't know that that's really, you can see it much there. Okay. And then here, we're just going to add I'm going to get as much on there as we can without overpowering her. Get these edges pretty good. I hate it when the edges come up. Okay. I come right up to her hand. No, that's almost a little too much. Right about there. Right about there. Let's go ahead and trim. And trim. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Add a little more ink. I'm wondering, I don't think we need any more. Maybe. That's what I was thinking. Do I want to add a little bit? I'm going to trim the stem. And do I want just a little bit? I think I'm going to trim off just a little more of the greenery because I don't want too much green, but I really would like that, the pop of red. Okay, all right. Bring a little color to the top, I think. And then I'm like, does it really need it? Because I really kind of like it this way. I don't know though. I feel like if I add it on here, you know what? I think I'm going to leave it off because you can notice the red in her hair and the floral here. And I think the last thing I'm going to do is add a little more speckles. Yeah, the flower was seeming a little plain. Okay, so now we have our two ATCs. We have the same image, just this one was a little bit smaller on the page. We have the fish and we have the red flower. Love, love, love. And again, I'm going to post these over on Instagram. So make sure you check out Handi Scandi if you want to jump in and make some ATCs in the month of April. Just for me, I think I'm going to try to come on daily because just kind of gets me crafting, and I really like doing the process. So thanks guys so much for stopping by and watching, and I will see you in the next one.